Hello and welcome to another video. So today I'm gonna tell you a story about a picnic in the bush. So let's begin. So once upon a time, Tabby the cat and Wombat were talking to their teacher about going on a picnic, and so all the students agreed with Tabby the cat and Wombat. And so Wombat and Tabby the cat told their miss or their teacher, whose name was Miss Rue, they told Miss Rue that they should go on a study tour or a picnic where they can learn something about the wildlife. Even though Wombat and Tabby the cat and all the other students were wild animals, they still wanted to go on a picnic because they were very bored of always sitting in the class and learning something else like math or their subjects, and so they were very bored. So Tabby the cat and Wombat told Miss Rue about going on a picnic or a study tour, and Miss Rue agreed that they should go on a study tour or a picnic. And so Miss Rue told their principal, and the principal agreed with Miss Rue's statement and Tabby the cat and Wombat's statements also. So the principal of their school situated a place where they should go on a picnic, and so they took a bus and went to that picnic place. And so when Wombat and Tabby the cat were going down from the bus, they saw that there was a beautiful view of the ocean, and behind there was a lot of space to set up their picnic spots. All the other students set up their own picnic spots and chose their favorite spots. Tabby the cat and Wombat also chose their favorite spots, and they made a place where they would light up their fire. And so they gathered all the sticks, all the dry sticks that they could find. They took them and gathered all of them one by one and put them in a ring, and around that ring they put some stones so that the fire, if they lit it, it wouldn't go outside of that stone barrier ring, something like that. And so they were setting up the fire, and so Miss Rue signaled all of the students to set up the fire. And so Wombat wanted to set up the fire, and so he got the flint and steel, and then he lit up the fire. While doing this with the flint and steel, this was the flint and this was the steel, and then he lit up the fire while doing this. And so after this the fire was lit, and there he took a stick, and then Wombat took a stick and also skewered some sausages on that stick, and then he put it in the fire. He was quickly cooking the sausages while it was on the skewer. He wanted to make something like a sausage kebab or something like that. So while he was doing that, he was holding the stick over the fire, and he was at a time turning the sticks around so that the sausage would cook evenly. But suddenly the stick that he chose was little bit thinner or little bit less thick, and so after that the stick burned through and the sausages fell in the fire. The Wombat started crying in sorrow that the sausages fell in the fire, and after that the sausages were completely burned. All the students looked at him. While Wombat was crying, all the students came here and comforted him, but nothing worked. Mouse and Tabby the cat also comforted him. Even Miss Rue comforted them, but Wombat still didn't want to be comforted. And so he went ahead and put his head in front of his face, and he hid himself from all the other students. He stayed like this for hours and hours and hours, until Miss Rue finally made up his mind, and there he came in a group with all the other students and also Tabby the cat. All the other students shared their food with Wombat and Tabby the cat and also Mouse. Tabby the cat and Wombat ate up their food very delightfully and thanked all the other students for sharing their food. Wombat and Tabby the cat at midnight they went out for blueberry hunting. While it is called blueberry hunting, it is mainly blueberry picking. They picked wild blueberries from the nearby forest. There were a bunch, and so they shared all of their blueberries among all the students, and also gave some of it to Miss Rue. Even though Miss Rue was first not very angry, but she also made up her mind because she got some free wild blueberries, and wild blueberries tend to be much more sweeter than the farm ones, and she enjoyed them very much. Tabby the cat and Wombat had a very great day, and next day they went out and fishing. They went out fishing, and there Tabby the cat was holding the rod, and suddenly a big fish got caught on the rod. Tabby the cat pulled and pulled and pulled on the rod, but nothing worked. Tabby the cat was pulled by the fish into the water, but Tabby the cat balanced himself, and also holded the fish in the water, while even though he was in deep water, he still holded the fish. Then Wombat came down in the water and picked up Tabby the cat and also the huge fish that was almost the size of Tabby the cat. And even though cats are pretty small, but in Tabby's size it was a huge fish. And then Tabby the cat delightfully grilled that fish. It's like how Wombat did it, but this time they took a bigger stick and poked a hole through the fish and they skewered the fish and made a fish kebab. They cut off the head and took out all of the guts, and so it was already fresh fish. They cleaned that fish and grilled it. They shared their fish among all the students and they had a delightful time, because yesterday all the students shared their food, and this time because Tabby the cat caught a huge fish, they shared all of the foods among all of the students, and also they had a delightful day. And so Tabby the cat and Wombat hugged each other and looked at the sunset at the end of the day, and then they came back home after their 2-day long picnic. And so this is the end of our video, and Tabby the cat and Wombat and Mouse safely came back home. So tata and goodbye, see you tomorrow again.